Hello everyone. So I am Satyam Kumar. So welcome back to your Python complete course. In the previous video, we completed object-oriented programming. So in today's video, we will start Unit 5, that is file handling. So by the end of this video, we will understand what is file, why file handling is important, type of file, file mode, and how to open close file. So now let's start this video. So let's start this topic. So here, this is the first one. The first one is what is file handling. So file handling is the process of creating, opening, reading, writing, updating, and deleting file using function. So basically, until now, our program store data only in memory. For example, we want if you type the code like a variable name that value is like Satyam, and then if you print name it will come the output Satyam. So when the program ends, this data is lost. But what if you want to save a student record, employee detail, password, or report permanently? So that is where the file handling come in. So file handling basic definition is file handling is the process of creating, reading, writing, updating, and deleting file using Python. It allows us to store data permanently on our computer. So next one is file file handling. So file allow load data. File allow data to be stored permanently instead of only in program memory. They are used for report, log, configuration, file, and data logs. So basically, imagine you create a student management system. If you don't save the data into a file every time the wait a minute. Okay, so imagine you are creating a student management system. So if you don't save the data into a file every time the program close, all record disappear. So you need to type again and again this record. So with file handling, data remains saved. It can be accessed later. It can be modified anytime. Example like a student database, banking system, hospital record, attendance system, notes applications. So now the next one is type of file. So text file .txt .csv.py store readable text, binary file .jpg .png .pdf store binary format. So Python mainly works with two types of file. First one is text file. This file store data in readable form. Example .txt .csv .py .html like this. And the next one is binary file. Binary file store data in machine readable forms. Example images, videos, audio file, PDF file, executable files. Example of it extension use .jpg, .png, .mp3, .mp4, .pdf. So this file cannot be read directly by humans. And now the next one is that file mode. So there are different type of so file mode. So basically, whenever we open a file, Python asks how do you want to use this file. This is called file mode. Like read mode are you used to read data from a file, and the write mode that you want to write data into a file, and the append mode that add new data in the end of extension line, and like create mode that create a new file like this. So opening, so you can take make notes of those things, but it is not mandatory to understand it properly. So moving to the next topic, that is opening a file. So how much time is there? 5 minutes past. So opening a file. So Syntax of this is file equal to open example dot txt in R like this. Just see the syntax. This is the syntax of opening a file. So if this example dot txt the file name and R is the mode. This is the file name and this is the mode. Here already it described you that there are different modes. There are different type of file mode, that is read mode. R is used for read mode, like R for read and W for write. Sorry, R for read, W for write, and there is also append mode that add new data to the end of the extension file, that is A. Append mode, and then create mode that create a new file, that is by X. So here it is R you that is read mode. So here R like this here, see common file mode like R for read, W for write, overwrite existing file, A for append, X for create new file, R plus for read and write, W plus for read and write overwrite, and A plus for create read and append, like this. So these are the different type of file modes. So now moving to the next topic, that is closing a file. So always close file after using file dot close function or use with open function or statement. So after using a file, always close it like this. So now also this is the syntax of it. Like if you want to close that with, like I will show you. This is the opening of file syntax, that is a student.txt, that is file name, and this for R means it is read only file type. Here we put file dot close function. So here it is closing a file like this. So closing a file save changes, free system resources, prevent file corruption. So these are it. Now the advantage. So the advantage are permanent data, and advantage of file handling are permanent data storage, easy data sharing, easy to retrieve information, better data management, used in almost every world application, make program more practical like this. So support large amount of data. And these are the practice question that open a text file in read mode, open a new file, create an info like this, write text file with W mode, append new data using a mode. So this, and these are the interview question like what is file handling? So you will need to tell like that it is the process of reading, writing, creating, updating, and deleting file, like this. Like this way, the way I tell you, the same way you have to explain it to, as tell it in interview. So this is the summary of the video that we learn about file handling, basic file type, file mode, opening and closing file, advantage, and practice question. So I will show you a more better way of closing file or an opening file like this. This is not the understandable method. So I will show you like this. Open. Like this. So there is showing syntax error in line number 3, that permission denied for sample.txt. So because there is no type of file like sample.txt in our file system, so it is permission denied just, but actually it work properly. So like this. So we will done this video now. Moving this, that file handling done. So now in this same video, I wanted to continue the next part. So let's continue the next part, that is reading and writing function files. That means reading and writing files. So this time no need of intro. So in the previous parts I study about what file and what is important, the different type of file mode, how to open and close file, like this. So now in this part we will understand how to read data from file and write data into file, and many other things we will learn in this video, in this part. So let's start. So in reading and writing files, a reading file. So Python provide read function, read line function, and read lines to read file content. So Python profile provide sorry provide three main method for reading file. That is read function, or you can say read method, read line method, and read lines method. So first one is read. To read the entire file as a single string. The read method read the entire content of a file. So it like file dot read. It read the entire content of the file. Now the next one is read line method. Read one line at a time from the file. It will read only one line at a time. So now next one is read line. So read all line and return them as list. So read all line and store them in a list form. Like it will just show you the this answer that it will read all the file and entire file, and so you display the output, and read one line by line, one line. So and read line just store it in list. So next is writing file. So use write method to write text to a file. In W mode, existing content is overwritten. So to write data, would write mode W. We already know that we use write mode in first part. I already told you about that. Now next one is appending data. So use the mode to add new content without deleting existing data. So append mode add new data without deleting the old data. Like If you use append mode like W, so it will add new data like if you print a student name, roll number, and if you want writing append mode and then put something like uh, class section, so it will add in the below of it, so note delete the roll number and name, it will add in below of it, so like this. So the next one is write line method. So write multiple line from a list to a file. So a write line method write multiple line from a list. So if you want an example, I should give an example for it. The last one is write line. This that write line write multiple line from a list like this. It line here the syntax error at line number what the syntax error. Maybe this compiler, my compiler, this would not have this function to to this of this value to print the value of file handling. Maybe I should go to another compiler like this. If I print here like this, it will show you like this apple, banana, oranges like this. So this is the function of it. Uh, So I hope you guys understand it. So best practice. So use with open dot so like dot method. So the file close automatically after you. So practice program read an entire file, read line by line, write text to a new file, append new record, write multiple line using write line. So these are the practice program that also done, and the difference between write line and many of you thought about right and right line. I also tell you about right. So that in the like when you open this previous video, W for right, and this video right line from a list like this. So a right method write one string called repeatedly, where right line write multiple string except a list of a string. So moving to the next topic, that is interview question, that is what is different between read line and read line. So read the entire file, read line read one line at a time, and read lines you know that read all line and return them as list, and like this, and more of the question like this. So you should do And here the summary. So cover reading, writing, appending, write line, and best practice for file operation. So that's it for the video. So see you guys in the next video.